What's up? What's up? Can you guys hear me? I was wait for everybody to come in. What's up, Rav? What's up, Fatal? What's up, Nova? You're. Yeah, I just want to do a quick stream. Right now, it's what? Let me see what time is it right now. It's about to hit 5 o'clock, so I may just do an hour, just to catch up with you guys. What's up, Tavon? What's up, Adrian? What's up, Solo? You. Yeah, I wanted to catch up with everybody, see what everybody's up to. How's the stream as far as like, is my voice synced and everything? Is the volume okay? All right. Oh, it's the highest my volume can be. It's maxed as far as the mic is concerned. Yeah, that's the highest. Very. Yep. You see. Yeah, that's the highest it can go. Okay. Cool. 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 Yeah, just waiting for enough of you guys to get in. Um, as you can see. Oh yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I got my hair done about like 2 weeks ago, I think, maybe 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, as you can see, the title of this. Thanks, Adrian. As you can see, the title. I said I'm asking you guys if this current generation of games, of consoles and everything, does it suck? What's up, Matt? Sounds like he's just like a sci-fi drug. Current gen sucks. I went back to playing PSO, and my passion for gaming has been relit. Oh, that's good to hear. Five fool. That's good. That's good. I'm asking this because he said, "Wow, I'm still having fun overall with modern games. This is easily the worst generation." Yeah, because my upcoming video is going to be talking about this current generation of games on Wednesday, on this current generation period, and we talking about the PS5 Pro and everything like that with Wednesday's video, which is already scheduled. It's already done. It's scheduled to be up at the normal time that I normally upload my videos at 8 a.m. So it's already scheduled. So I like to definitely hear everybody's thoughts on that. And Matt Dog says, and yes, current gen gaming does indeed suck. At least if we're talking AAA. Other than that, I mostly stick to indies, middle market, and the retro. Yeah, when people asking for remakes and everything, yeah, it becomes kind of a problem. I don't think current gen's utterly trash, but the latest behavior in the industry is dragging it under the water. Yeah, like I would say this about this current generation. This current generation, as far as the mainstream, yes, it is trash. It's garbage. I played less games this generation than last generation and generations before that. I've been playing less games this generation. But as far as accessibility is concerned, I think this generation has done pretty well as far as being able to get access to a lot of older titles. A lot of older titles are being put back on the market for you to be able to gain access to and stuff like that, which is also a good thing. We talked about the Marvel's Capcom Fighting Collection, Capcom Fighting Collection. Now we're about to get the Capcom Fighting Collection too. We're starting to get a lot of these stuff brought into the the mainstream, and that also still comes into that point to where this generation is nothing but remasters and remakes, which that is a problem too. But the fact is that you're able to get access to older games, I think that's always a good thing. But like I said before, and my daughter said the same. My daughter, well, I was talking to my daughter and stuff too. When it even comes to this current generation of gaming, I find like this current gen feels like a filler season in the anime. Like this generation of gaming is filler. This is like a filler season of anime. Like this, I think this, to me, in my personal opinion, is like not one of my favorite generations of gaming at all. You know, with the PS5 Pro coming out and everything, And when looking at the PS5, looking at the PS5 Pro, PS5 Pro should have been what the PS5 should have been from the start, from the get go. You know what I'm saying? So yes, you're getting that good experience as far as 4K, 60 frames per second and stuff. But I feel as though that as far as technology is concerned, PC been always ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? And the fact is that consoles still haven't been able to be consistent in terms of performance and resolute and graphics and stuff like that. It's just kind of ridiculous where you have to make a sacrifice. I'm gonna go with fidelity or I'm gonna go with performance. And you already know me. I'm always gonna pick performance over fidelity anytime. Like, it still bothers the fuck out of me how people was playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in like fidelity mode. That shit was ass. Like, you can even check my review. I even talked about it, and like the frame rate was just garbage. It was just horrible, which then takes away from the fidelity because of how bad the performance is. And then if you play performance mode, the game still looks good. It says, "Oh, what's up, Rolucci? What's up, Ludacris? What's up, Neo?" He said, which filler, Bleach or One Piece? It's not even good filler either. We are in the bound arc of gaming. What's up, Jonan? Old videos with about masculinity earlier. Oh yeah. I appreciate that. For some strange reason, man, my video talking about Western developers versus Eastern developers and how they depict women. The video that blew me up the video's now a year old. Like, time went by that fast. We're finally at a year since I uploaded that video, and for some strange reason, the video just it just blew up again. Like, more people is finding the video again for some strange reason. I'm getting more subscribers once again, and I'm getting like more views on that video. People leaving comments. So yeah, the video got sparked up again for some strange reason. So I'm not sure if it's because people are sharing the video, because some of you guys on Twitter was pointing to me that there's people who's actually taking my video and putting it in their videos and stuff like that and everything. And I guess that's how people are finding me or whatever, because I guess a lot of people are starting to use my video as a source for their points and stuff. So that's cool. So you can see that, but it's like the Series X has been pushing out consistent 4K 60 frame games. It's the limit of consoles, and that's obviously if you have the money for a high-end PC. But think about it though. Oh, any updates on the art contest? Well, yes. I answered that. For the Jonan. When it comes to the Venus Orion Comics fan art contest, yes, you guys have been submitting. Some of you guys have finally started coming in, submitting some artwork and stuff. There's no deadline yet because I still want more people to come in. And like I said, there's a lot of you guys who aren't artists and everything like that. So that's why it's not really pulling in a lot of people, because a lot of you guys say, yo, I can't draw. So what I'm going to do is, like I said before, I'm going to be doing some fighting game tournaments too. Smash Bros. Ultimate, Street Fighter 6, and Tekken 8. So stay tuned for that. So it'll be other ways for you to be able to get, cool Venus Orion Comics, giveaways and stuff like that as well. But as far as the art contest is concerned, there's no deadline yet. I will give a deadline once we start getting more people pulling in. But you guys are slowly pulling in with some fan art, which is pretty cool. I've been checking my emails and stuff, and I've been receiving some of them. So yes, once we start getting some more people in, then I'll put the deadline out there and stuff, and then we'll go on and start picking the winners for first, second, and third place and stuff. So yeah. What do I think about the PS5 Pro? Well, there's a video coming out Wednesday about that. But as far as I'm concerned, the PS5 Pro, to me personally, I have a PS5 already. There's no reason for me to get a PS5 Pro. And I'm saying that is because I hardly play my PS5. My PS5 does not get any playtime. My Xbox Series X don't really get that much playtime. The only time I turn my Xbox Series X most of the time is when my daughter comes in and she likes to watch she likes to sit down and watch the K-dramas and stuff like that. And I sit down and watch a lot of the Asian type of drama shows and films and stuff like that. And plus watch some anime on the Netflix. That's the only time. And I also watch YouTube while I'm editing videos. I have YouTube playing on my Xbox Series X on my television screen while I'm editing my videos and everything. So, and also I try to support as many JRPGs on Xbox. So when I do get a JRPG on Xbox, that's the only time I really play it. Like I said before, my PS5 hardly gets touched. So I can't see myself going out spending damn near $700 or whatever it costs. I think it's $700. Damn near $700 on the PS5 Pro when I hardly play the PS5. It makes no sense to me. And even after looking at the presentation for the PS5 Pro, it's like all it did is just take fidelity mode and performance mode and put it together, and then give us a little bit better quality. But that's all I did. That's all it did. So the bad part about it is they removed the disc drive too. So not only is you paying $700, which I'm getting to in my video, not only did you pay like $700, right, for the Pro, it doesn't come with a disc drive, which means you have to pay $80 separately for the disc drive add-on. Now, if you haven't bought a console yet, if you haven't bought a PS5 console, or you haven't made that leap into this generation of games of gaming, that means not only will you buy a PS5 Pro for $700, and if you're a person that loves physical media, then you have to pay $80 for the disc drive. And then since you just jumped into this generation, that means you have no games. So if you bought a disc drive, that means you have to buy games. So you're gonna be spending damn near $900, almost to $1,000. You at this point, you might as well get a gaming PC. You might as well. You might as well. You might as well get a gaming PC. And that's fair because God definitely didn't bless me with the skill to draw. Scott Pilgrim, what's up, man? Oh, that's why nobody was talking to me about Discord. You're live. Hey, everyone. I just dropped some golden nuggets in the conspiracy channel. I'll check it out, Scott. Let's see, Ludacris. If I remember correctly, the external disc drive for the PS5 Pro and Pro requires an internet connection just to initially set it up. God damn. See? So that's normies. It makes little sense to upgrade. Sup, Mugen Lord. Happy Mexican Independence Day. Oh, what's up, Vinciger? Yeah. Like I said, like, to me, the PS5 Pro is for those, and for I'm a person honest with you. Like, honest with you. You might as well get a Slim. If you haven't got a PS5 yet and you want to get a PS5, you can either get a Pro, but I would say get the Slim. It's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? But if you are going to get a Pro, you want to kick some money out. You're going to be kicking some money out for that Pro. But that's what the Pros aim for. Like is to get people, either you're a hardcore PlayStation fan and you want to make that upgrade, because to me, that price range and then not having a disc drive out the rip, that is just not worth it for me. And then, like I said, so if you're a hardcore Sony fan and you're going to make that upgrade, you're going to upgrade to the Pro. And if you haven't owned or made that leap into next generation, then you will get the Pro. You might as well get the Pro. You know what I'm saying? But that's a tall order to ask. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can get me a PS if I want to right now. I would like if the PS5 Pro was out right now, I can buy it. But that's a waste of money. That's a waste of money for me. So it says, most of my gaming is on PS5 and Switch, occasionally on the Series X and PC, so I'm excited for the PS5 Pro, all 140K as much as possible, especially since I have a TV to handle it. That's what I'm doing. Going to get my first PC the next time I want to upgrade. It said, must love playing the current you already got. Yeah, that's smart. Then get the base PS6 when it's out. It'll beat the PS5 Pro. Yeah. So then, it's already leaks already about the PS5, about the PS6. The PS6 will be coming out right around the corner, and it's so crazy how we're already in mid-generation of these consoles, and this generation had not made a splash at all in terms of gaming at all. There's no real reason to get any of these current gen consoles. Me, the reason why I pick them up is because one, like I said, this is like almost like tradition. Like, I've been getting all the consoles because since I was young. Me and Dad, that was something me, Dad, and my brothers would do. We go out and we get the consoles and stuff like that. So that has been a tradition. I'm always the first adopter. That's what I just do. Even if I don't play the console, I just get it. You know what I'm saying? But the way next generation is looking, look at it. The writing's on the wall as far as digital gaming is concerned. Like, digital media versus physical media, the writing's on the wall. Look at the PS5 Pro for example, and look at the Slim. The Slim, they already selling you the PS5 Slim without the disc drive. You have to get that separately. PS5 Pro, they said fuck the disc drive. We're gonna sell you without the disc drive because they're trying to groom you into getting used to digital gaming. That's what they're trying to get you. That's what they're trying to groom you into doing. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the separate add-on for the disc drive that's $80. Some people may not want to make that leap and pay that extra $80 because they already have to spend an arm and a leg to get the Pro. So they're gonna be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just get it. I'll just play without the drive. You know what I'm saying? So that's to condition you guys, to groom you guys to get used to digital, to all digital gaming, so they can slowly but surely phase out physical media. That's what they're trying to do. So looking at the clues, look at the breadcrumbs when it comes to the PS5 Pro and the PS5 Slim, and then the rumored, all digital Xbox Series X that they've been talking about, rumoring for some time now. I can almost guarantee or almost bet that PlayStation 6 and whatever the next Xbox is going to be just all digital, and they're going to start keeping the disc drives as add-ons. At this point, I might as well get a gaming PC. Might as well, because getting a PC in general is an all function, it's an all purpose platform. You're not just playing games on it, you're doing all kinds of other things, editing videos, creating applications, playing, VR, all kinds of things that you can do on your PC besides gaming. So you might as well do that, especially now that the new president of PlayStation that's coming in is saying that he's looking to get more of their Sony exclusives on the PC platform. So what is the point at that point? If you're getting Sony exclusives on the PC, you already got the Xbox Game Pass and Xbox exclusives on the PC, and then with the PC, you can play with any controller that you want. You can use a PS5 controller on your PC. You can use an Xbox controller on your PC. You can use a Nintendo Switch Pro controller on your PC, and a third-party controller on your PC. You connect all your arcade sticks and hitboxes on your PC. You can do all that on your PC. So at this point, is it worth going to get a next-generation console at this point, especially if they're going to go balls to the wall, just all digital for the next console? What's up, Understanding? What's going on? What's up, MDG? What's up, King of Blades? What's up, Savage? A PC disc drive should cost Blu-ray capable player, right? I have no idea, Scott. Yeah, this gen may be the last gen I will get consoles. See, my brothers are already saying the same thing, that this may be their last console, and they may just go next generation, just stay PC, just go strictly PC, and they already convincing their friends to just do PC. Like, the only console you should be getting at this point is a Nintendo console. Get a PC and a Nintendo console, because for a fact with the Nintendo ain't stupid. You would most likely never find first party Nintendo games on PC, and that's only because Nintendo is just strictly a video game business. It's strictly a video game company. That's the thing about Nintendo, and their IPs are their bread and butter. And people keep saying, no, Nintendo should put their games on PC. No, Nintendo knows it. That's stupid for Nintendo to put their IPs on the PC, because at that point, why would you buy a Switch? Why would you buy any Nintendo hardware when Nintendo hardware is known to always be behind as far as horsepower and stuff like that? Why would you get that when now you can play all the Nintendo IPs at 60 frames per second and 40K? That would kill Nintendo if Nintendo was to put all their IPs on the PC. That would flat out fucking kill them. That would kill them. Yeah. The only way they would do that is they make specific IPs that's just for the PC and Nintendo. But I'm talking about new IP that's specifically meant for that. But you would never eventually they will eventually get there, but no time soon. They're not going to make that jump anytime soon. They will get there, but they're going to be the last one. They're going to be the last company, game developers or game console developer. They're going to be the last one that's going to jump all digital. They're going to be the last one. Sony and Microsoft is going to make that leap, but Nintendo, they're going to hold on as long as possible. So I'm going to stick with classic and retro games. I'm only going to buy it, choose it Frozen. I don't know about Kill, but it would definitely knock them off their pedestal. Well, like because they already like think about it. Nintendo Switch. The reason why Nintendo was able to survive the Wii U generation was because of their handheld. That was because of their handheld. The 3DS was holding Nintendo up in the gaming space because Wii U wasn't cutting it. Now they combine both the handheld and the console market into one. So now they got the handheld and everything all into one. That would take a huge blow for them to take their IPs and now put it on PC. Cause they phased out their they merged together their console and handheld market. McDonald's prices went up 100% during. That's why gaming industry is suffering a little bit, and not considering COVID last year. Yeah, so he said, I personally think current this is fine. Indie games cut back. I'm hoping the Nintendo Switch 2 knock it out of the park. I'm telling you right now, Nintendo Switch 2 going to be good, but it's not. It's still going to be behind. It's still going to. It's going to be very powerful, to where it's able to still the goal for Nintendo for the Nintendo Switch. The reason why Nintendo Switch done so good, not just because of the handheld, but it was also able to play current gen games of that time, like the PS4 and stuff like that. Yeah, they were like welfare versions of like PS4 and Xbox One games, but the fact was you were able to still play those games on the Switch and on the go. That's what allowed Nintendo to stay in there with Sony and Microsoft. You was able to play most of the current gen titles on the Nintendo Switch. Now the goal for Nintendo is not to fall too far behind to the point where developers can't really port, PS5 or Xbox Series X or let's say like PlayStation 6 stuff onto their, whatever their new console's going to be. They still have to be in that range enough to still be able to get those third-party games that PlayStation and Xbox are getting. Because that's what happened with the Wii U. A lot of developers did not want to develop for the Wii U. So Nintendo was only stuck with their IPs and stuff like that. And Nintendo fans are loyal. So they're going to go out and buy those IPs. But a lot of other players who's used to gaming on the other platforms are not going to buy didn't buy the Nintendo Wii U just to play the Nintendo IPs. They would love to play these other games and stuff like that. So the next Nintendo Switch console or whatever the next Nintendo console is going to be, they would have to still be in that area, that gray area, or in around that parameter to be able to play whatever the PS5 games, the future PS5 games, and the Xbox Series games are going to be. Ludacris says, I wonder if Nintendo sees Steam Deck as a threat in any capacity. I don't know. I for some reason, Nintendo's just in their own lane. I don't think that, I mean, the Steam Deck is good and all, but Nintendo's in their own lane. They're not even bothered, because Nintendo Switch is still killing it. They're still dropping out so many damn games. Every time I think they have no more wind in them because they're trying to get ready for the next Nintendo console, they still throwing out bangers. They still announcing shit. Yo, what's up, Landon? What's going on? Should just get the Xbox handheld. Phil Spencer said it's native. Your digital library will carry over and you get access to Steam, and it will be cheaper than a Steam Deck while outperforming it in FPS. Do you think that the Switch is worth it in 2024? I never owned it, but there's over 20 plus exclusives that I want. King of Blades. Alright, that's a good question, King of Blades. If I was you, it's two things. Yes, the Switch is worth it because there's so many games you can play on the Switch. But then I would also suggest that you wait because they're going to announce the Nintendo Switch 2 pretty soon. So you can dive in and get a Switch now, but then you could have got a Switch 2. But and the thing is, with the Switch 2 also has to be backwards compatible. Because Nintendo has such a huge install base for the Nintendo Switch. It'll be criminal. It will be murder for them to release a Switch 2 and you cannot carry any of your Nintendo Switch library over to the Nintendo Switch 2. That's if it is a Switch 2. Don't know. But if it is a Switch 2, it'll be stupid for them not to carry, for it not to be backwards compatible. Because I'm not gonna lie, I got so many Switch games, and most of my backlogs are Switch games. I'll be so pissed if the Switch 2 come out and it's not backwards compatible, which means I still have to have a Switch 2, and I still have to have the original Switch just to play my Switch 1 games. What's up, Demonic? What's going on? What's up, Rocky? Yeah, so, like, King of Blades. And so, I would say, yeah, it'll be worth getting the Switch, because Switch got so, if you love JRPGs, Switch is the home of JRPGs. It's the home of JRPGs. Most of my gaming experience, this current gen, I played, like, the console I had the most use was my Nintendo Switch. And here it is, the Series X and the PS5 is the most powerful console. My Switch got the most play. Landon says, what are my expectations for the next Nintendo console? Just be backwards compatible, and it gotta have some horsepower. My games, we need games that look good and can run at 60 frames per second. I don't give a shit about 4K. 4K does nothing for me. That's why when I play on PS5 or whatever, I always go to performance mode. I don't care about 4K, especially if I had to sacrifice, performance just to get 4K. So I don't give a shit about 4K. I just want my games to look good on the next Nintendo console and run at 60 frames per second. That's all I want. I just want it to look good and run at 60 frames per second. It don't have to be 40. It don't have to be 4K. It doesn't. No, I didn't buy Lollipop. I mean, I didn't really care about Lollipop Chainsaw. I mean, if there's a fan base for it, it's not my kind of game. Suda games are kind of weird for me. I could never get into Suda games. I respect Suda as a developer. They just not my kind of games. So I didn't bother to get Lollipop Chainsaw. It said performance mode is still at 4K, just less detailed. When making fan fiction, should people judgmental of what fictional stories that people make? Yo, what's up, Cole? What's up, bro? Let's see. Rolichi, if the Super Switch is $500, it'll be tough to sell with the Steam Deck right behind it in price. But it's the thing. See, the thing is, your guys keep talking about the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is... Nintendo is a brand that everybody resonate with. If you're a hardcore gamer, the chances are you're the only one that knows about the Steam Deck. So you're gonna look at this if what Lucci was saying about if the Switch 2 it happens to be $500, it's kind of like a hard thing to choose from when you got the Steam Deck. Well, when it comes to Nintendo, Nintendo's a household name. People are going to buy a Nintendo Switch. If it's $500, people are going to still buy the Switch 2 because it's a household name. Steam Deck is not a household name. If like I said, if you know about the Steam Deck, chances are the common folk don't know shit. Don't even know what the fuck a Steam Deck is. So mostly hardcore gamers will go out and buy a Steam Deck. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Nintendo, everybody knows what that is. People will still buy the Nintendo Switch 2. Regardless if the Steam Deck is out there or not. Like, if it's out there and Steam Deck is cheaper than Nintendo Switch 2, people are still going to buy the Nintendo Switch 2. Because everybody knows Nintendo. Everybody knows the brand. Not everybody knows the Steam Deck. We said, I want the Switch to be more powerful so we can have achievements and active online networking. The Switch is too slow to achieve those things. Yeah, Machiyako Games. Yeah, like, for me, the online has to be good, too, for the Switch. Like I said, backwards compatibility, as long as the games look good and run at 60 frames per second, I'm fine. I don't really care about the 4K gaming much at all. So, yes, but online is essential. I don't really care about achievements. Achievements, I don't care about them. I never cared about them when achievements was a thing on it. A thing on the Xbox Series X. No, not Xbox Series X. Xbox 360. I don't care about achievements. I don't care about trophies. None of that stuff really mattered to me. But yes, great on it. Nintendo, the next Nintendo needs great online. It needs backwards compatibility, and it needs to run at 60 frames per second and still look good, and still be able to play some of the current gen games that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to go to the store or go on Amazon or go to like whatever gaming store that's out there. I would love to be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna get the Nintendo version of this game. I can't really do that. I can't get a Nintendo version of whatever third-party game that's out there or multi-plat game that's out there, because it's the welfare version. It's ass. It's trash. Low quality and everything. People, of course, people say, well, you can play it portable. I'm not really a portable gamer. My Nintendo Switch stays dock. Like 99.9% of the time. You know? So the portability doesn't really do anything for me when it comes to Nintendo Switch. So I keep my console docked all the time. What's up, Mugen? Are you ready for Rolling Dodge the Troll? He said, ready for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Price tag for PS5 Pro is bad and greedy. Let's see what else we got. We got Warlord said, new gaming sucks as far as DI, ESG, boring games that you didn't ask for in the first place. He said the cream deck. The biggest, King of Blade said the biggest reason for me not getting a Switch was due to hearing that most of the games don't run really well. Is that true? It'll be mostly docked. Like, see with the Nintendo Switch, this is what Nintendo has done. Nintendo has done that. Graphics isn't everything, because Nintendo has proved that as long as the gaming experience is great, it doesn't matter how it runs. But as far as I'm concerned, the Nintendo Switch is good when it comes to exclusives. Like, most of my Nintendo Switch games are exclusives. Most of them are not multi-plat at all. I don't really have multi-plat games on Switch. Most of my Switch games are exclusives, because that's where Nintendo shine, because that's their console. You know, you know what you're getting when you get a Nintendo Switch exclusive game. You know what you're getting when you buy a Switch and you get a Nintendo exclusive. You know what you're buying. You know what you're getting. Like, it's stupid for you to get a third-party game on Nintendo Switch. Because it's the welfare version of it. Bad performance. It doesn't look as good as the other platform, as the other, you know, as Sony and the Xbox. I wouldn't waste my money. But when it comes to the exclusives, when it comes to the JRPGs, when it comes to the beat 'em up games, you know, though it's a great console to have, a Nintendo Switch. But if you're trying to get a multi-plat game, you, like, what are you thinking? What are you smoking? He said, "What you mean? Mugen Assassin's Creed will be a game of this year." I already talked about it. Rolling Dice, the PS5. We went through the whole thing. I'm not getting the PS5 Pro. But there's a video coming. There's a video coming on Wednesday talking about the PS5 Pro, so you can stay tuned for that as well. Wait 1 second. Somebody, what is the state of the PlayStation brand in your opinion? I don't know. Right now, the PlayStation brand is a Western company. PlayStation is a Western company to me, as far as I'm concerned. There's nothing Japanese about PlayStation at all. Like, PlayStation is just very Western, in my personal opinion. Sony's not the Sony that I grew up with. You know? It's definitely not. Because Sony had a uniqueness to it. You know what I'm saying? It really did. It literally did when growing up. It had it was very different from what Sega was offering at the time, and it was offering something different that Nintendo was offering at the time. But Sony has become, to me, in my personal opinion, a Western company. A Western company. Alright, you can Chronicles 100. I finished the game. Now I have to go through it again to see which I missed for Plat. Sony stopped being Japanese after PS3. I got them 19 Heroes. It has though. Yeah. So that's the thing about Sony. Sony's not the same, man. But Astro Bot, which I'm going to get next month, because this month, man, I'm spent out this month. I had to pay my daughter's tuition for her private school and bills and all that type of stuff. So I don't go on a splurge. So next, because this month I had got Warhammer 40K, and I had got Visions of Mana, and Yeah, that's the only two I got. So I'm done with getting games for this month. Next month I'll get Astro Bot and I'll get the digital version of Marvel vs. Capcom fighting collection. But I'm kind of scared to get the digital version now because I'm afraid that I'm gonna get the game and then there's nobody online playing the game. Because there's already people saying about Marvel vs. Capcom collection that no one is playing the other versus games. Everybody's only playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is expected because when you go online with this, no one is playing the other versus games. People are only playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which kind of sucks. Cause I like the other games. No, I don't got Wukong. I didn't know it was digital only. If it comes out physical, I'll get it. Yeah, I got the Astral Playroom is like the demo that comes with the PS5. And that's the thing about the PS5. Like, PS5 with the Astral Playroom, it reminded me of the first PS5 game console. Where you came with a demo disc to play game, to test to see what the PlayStation console had to offer. That's how I felt with Astral Playroom. When you get a PS5, man, you download that free demo of Astral Playroom. And it felt like you were stepping into the PlayStation brand for the very, very, very first time. Like, this is a brand new console. This is a brand new competitor in the gaming console space. And it felt like the old classic PlayStation, the Astral Playroom. And I said to myself, this will be awesome if they ever make a full game out of Astro. Out of the Astro Bot. And that's what they end up doing. So I'm definitely going to go pick up the Astro Bot next month. Do you have any interest in Bomb Rush Cyberpunk? I'm going to eventually get it. It's not on my top priority list, but I'm going to get it. Just wait till that collection goes on sale for $15. I'm going to drop the price soon. Astro Bot was perfect. It introduced new players to all the Sony IPs. And yeah, that game itself, it makes you, if you've been around Sony and you've been around for a long time, it makes you like miss what Sony has. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have all these amazing IPs, you have all these amazing experiences, and they're not doing nothing with them at all. It's funny how Astro Bot became this major hit that Sony had no faith in. Hardly any marketing compared to Concord. They expected Concord to be bigger hit, and was disappointed. Yeah, I know. Link clicks. Yeah, so he said the other games are very overshadowed. I love Marvel vs. Capcom 1, but it gets no love. Yeah, I love Marvel vs. Capcom 1. That's what I believe it or not. I love MVC 1 more than I love the MVC 2, especially at the time that it was released and everything. But yeah, I have a feeling that by the time the physical version of the MVC 2, the MVC collection come out, no one's gonna be playing any of the. It's gonna be empty lobbies, but the only lobby that's gonna be mostly played is MVC 2. Let's see. Mugen Lord, how do you feel that the CEO said we don't have any original IP or some shit like that? Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, the CEO. I don't know what the CEO is talking. I haven't read the article yet, so I'm definitely gonna look into that so I can get my thoughts on that. It is modern Sony we talking about. I honestly wouldn't want them to touch those old IPs. Sup Mugen Lord, with the Sonic 3 movie coming out, like, would you like to see a Streets of Rage anime? Because I would. What's up, Akuma? Yeah, I would love to see. Well, they did say that they want to do a Shinobi movie, because that's what they're trying to do. Sega's trying to do movies. They want to do an Ultra Beast movie. They do want to do something related to Streets of Rage. They also want to do a Shinobi movie. So all that's on the table. They could create a shared Sega universe. We want to wait and see. But Sega wants to do movies. So we want to wait and see how that goes. Let's see. Can't wait for the physical copy of Marvel vs. Capcom Collection this November. Should have dropped it on all platforms. It's because Sony, out of the big three, is doing the worst financially after Xbox too, because they budget like the Jews and Steven Stupid. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the game. It's engraved as the ultimate 3v3 tag fighter, and that's true. I have a PS5, but I'm waiting for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on Xbox. Shenmue movie should be the easiest to do. Yeah, Shenmue should be easy to do, but will people want to see it? That's the thing. And a lot of people don't even know what Shenmue is. It's a little early to say Nintendo will only have one party game for Super Switch. They had like 10. Oh no, no. I'm telling you right now, Nintendo Switch 2 launch is going to be crazy. Their launch year is going to be crazy. I'm telling you, we want to expect a new Mario game. I'm telling you right now, for the Nintendo Switch 2, during the launch year, expect a new, expect a new Mario Kart game, Mario Kart 9. I'm telling you, it's going to be in that window. In my personal opinion, I think Metroid Prime 4 is going to be cross-generation, meaning that it's going to be released for both Switch 1 and Switch 2. Do not underestimate Nintendo. Nintendo has been waiting this long. They've been running the Switch this long. There's no way in the world that Nintendo Switch 2 is not going to have any games this coming launch. They waited. They're playing their cards right. I'm telling you right now, I believe that they're going to have a crazy launch year. I really believe that Nintendo Switch 2 is going to have a crazy launch year. And then, not on top of that, we still have to count the third-party games that's could potentially come over to the Switch 2 as well. There's still games that the Switch could not get that they now can do and put onto the Switch 2. They can definitely do that. I can see Capcom putting a Resident Evil 7 and 8 like a bundle together. I can see them doing that for the Switch 2. Now they can put it out there so they don't have to put it in the cloud anymore. I can see them doing a physical version of release. Square Enix can do a physical release of the Kingdom Hearts collection again, but physical instead of cloud and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things how did Nintendo Switch was so like successful? What Nintendo Switch 1 did, you got a cross generation, which was Breath of the Wild. So you had Wii U, Zelda game that was crossed over to Nintendo Switch. That same year, we also had Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I think we also had Mario Odyssey that same year. Then we had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yo, we had so many things. They was able to port over a bunch of Wii U games and port that over while at the same time getting third-party games put on there. That was a crazy launch year for Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I saw the Minecraft movie trailer. I ain't seen that shit. That shit little ass. Bold prediction: the Switch would not cost $700. Call me crazy, but I'm placing the bet. Nintendo always try to stay. If anything, if Nintendo got to sell at a loss, they probably would sell it at a loss if they had to. Where's Sega with Skies of Arcadia remastered? That would be awesome, Code. I would love that. Hey, Mugen, did you watch Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase? No, I didn't watch that, Jeremy. I didn't get a chance to watch it. Plus, release MK9. You said, I'm still waiting in line for my Nintendo Dev Kit. I'm so excited. Oh, wow. Let's see. I can't give any details on the Dev Kit, but Nintendo said don't wait for the next console to release games. Do you think the Switch 2 would be powerful enough to run Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy? Yeah, I think it'd be powerful enough to run. I think it would definitely be powerful enough. I think the Switch 2 would definitely be powerful enough to run it. It won't look as good, but I think it will be able to run it. I honestly believe it will be able to run it. I think that's what Nintendo want to do. Oh, and Michachi Yako Games also said, okay, Nintendo going to have Prime, Metro Prime, and Pokemon at best. Most of their first party won't be dropping until after 2025. That's why they went on a hiring spree. I believe in my personal opinion, especially if the next Nintendo Switch come out next spring, there's definitely going to be another first party title that they're going to save for for the fall into the holidays. They're going to definitely have something for the holidays. I can almost guarantee that. I believe Nintendo already saw it at a profit. Yeah, I might actually get Switch 2. I haven't played a Mario or Metroid game in years. Japan devs are so ready to support the Super Switch considering the Switch dominance in the market there. Release to Sega Genesis 2. Do you believe there will be a new Smash Bros? That's a good question, Landon. Landon asked if I believe there will be a new Smash Brothers. Now, as far as Smash Brothers are concerned, if we are going to get a new Smash Brothers, I don't think that Sakurai is going to be like the head developer. If anything, he may be a consultant. They may get like a new team, and I believe, in my personal opinion, what I would just love the next Smash Bros. Game to be a reboot it, start over, and I only want Smash Bros. To be a celebration of Nintendo characters. Don't get me wrong, I love the fact that we had Cloud, I love the fact that we had Kazuya and Mega Man and all this other type of stuff, but after a while, Smash Bros. Became a celebration of gaming rather than a celebration of Nintendo, and we missed out on a lot of potential like Smash Bros. Like Nintendo characters as playable characters. A lot of characters that people wanted to be playable characters end up being assist trophies. So I would love for them to reboot it. And if they do reboot it, it's going to be a smaller roster. Like Sakurai said, do not expect anything like Smash Ultimate ever again, as far as getting a bunch of third parties and stuff like that. So it would probably be more of a Nintendo focus. We may get a third party character, one or two, but I really wanted it to be Nintendo focused. And also, it'll be a much smaller roster, a more concentrated roster. But even though it's a smaller roster, I would love for them to rebuild and retool all the veteran characters to the point that they feel like new characters. Then it's justified for that smaller roster, if you get what I'm saying. The guy who created Smash said Ultimate was the last one, so more than likely we won't see another game for a while. Unfortunately, they need to add Luigi Sonic, most tales I bet will sell. For some reason, they were against adding Waluigi's just overhyped, like the most overhyped character. For me, I believe that Smash Ultimate will be given the same treatment as Mario Kart 8 did. Smash Ultimate. Yeah. That's the only thing. If anything, if we don't get a new Smash Brothers, I believe that we'll get like a Smash Brothers Ultimate like DX, like Landon said. I believe we'll get that, and probably add on some new characters or stages or whatever. But I don't think they would give us a new game right away. And I think Smash Bros. Needs to take a break. I'm not gonna lie, like each Smash that started to come out, I started playing them less and less, because with Smash, like for instance, like I played the shit out of Smash 64, and then Melee was like a totally different beast, because we made a jump from 64-bit into GameCube graphics and everything. Melee was just like a spectacle. It was just something that was jaw-dropping, and then they offer all these different modes and everything. It was just like, it just exceeded expectations. So I played a shit ton of Melee. I played hundreds and hundreds of hours of Melee. Then Brawl, that was the next game the next Smash Bros. Game that I put a shit ton of hours into it because of the Subspace Emissary. That game, and then the fact is that we had Solid Snake and Sonic the Hedgehog, one of the most played Smash Bros. Games. But then we got the Smash Bros. Wii U. I played the DS more. I played the DS, and I'm not a handheld guy. But because that the Smash Bros. DS 3DS version came out first, I love Smash Bros. So I had to get it. I ended up playing Smash Bros. 3DS more than I played the Wii U version, because by the time the Wii U came out, I pretty much got my fill in, with the 3DS or whatever like that. So once the Wii U came, I didn't really put that many hours in the Wii U, and the Wii U felt more like a product more than a passionate game, Smash game, compared to the other ones. So I didn't really play. I kind of fell out of it. Smash Bros. Wii U. I kind of fell out of it over time. And then Smash Bros. Ultimate. I played it for quite a while, but still, I played it longer than Smash Bros. Wii U. But I still didn't put the hours in like I did Smash Bros. Brawl, and Melee, in 64. So that's the thing about that. As far as that's concerned, when it comes to Smash Brothers. So it definitely needs to switch. Switch things up a bit. Because I think for me with Smash Brothers, as more titles started coming out, you have a bunch of characters, but a lot of the characters start to feel the same. Especially when you have a lot of Echo Fighters and things like that. You start to see some borrowed animations given to other characters and stuff like that. So I would love to see some more more I guess you say, creative gameplay styles for different characters and stuff like that. Um, like I said before, I like to see like some even more doper stages with some dope hazard effects and stuff. That was the fun part about Smash. Like the stages. The stages was also fun and everything like that. And even with the hazards and stuff on, it was just fun. But yeah, after a while, it's just Smash Brothers just pretty much is the same each game. It's just more characters added to it on top. Now I understand. Don't fix what's not broken. I'm a true believer of that. But after a while, the games start to feel the same, going to each one. You just got more characters, and that's how I felt. Giving me them Fire Emblem flashbacks when it comes to Smash. Yes. Oh Jesus. Yeah, Subspace would never come back. Nintendo's stubborn because they don't like how people will watch the cutscenes online. Yes, Nintendo's very stubborn when it comes to that, and that's a shame. That's definitely a shame with that. But yes, if anything, if we are going to get a new Smash or Smash come into the next gen, they'll probably get the Mario Kart treatment like Landon says, and that's what I was thinking too. If anything, and then we'll probably have to wait until the next Nintendo console to actually get a true sequel. And by that time, Sakurai probably be retired. We'll have like a brand new team that's on it and everything, and stuff like that. So yeah. Yo, Mugen Lord, someone did Sega versus Capcom from Eichmann. Yeah, I know. I seen that too. Akuma. Took all the difficulty out. The Ninja Gaiden remakes were shit though. If you don't go away, I can't miss you. Let Smash have a break. I like that. I like that saying, Link Licks. Aside of camera, if there's one series I think that Dyer need to take a break, Call of Duty would never take a break. Call of Duty makes too much money for them to take a break, because people eat that shit up. There's a reason why why Sony didn't want Microsoft to get Call of Duty. The shit makes too much money. So I wish Midna from Twilight Princess was in Smash. Exactly. I wish Skull Kid was playable. I wish Garaham from Skyward Sword was playable. Like, they did the Zelda representation dirty in Smash Brothers. We got three links, which they were pretty much all the same as far as like animations and stuff concerned. Yes, their properties were different, but Breath of the Wild Link should have been the most unique Link, because he was the only Link that was able to wield different weapons, multiple different swords and pole arm, like spears and pole arms and stuff like that. That could have been the most unique Link of them all. And all they did was just give us the bombs, and then the double arrows, which didn't care, and then the Gale, but then you had your boomerang and stuff. That was like really a cop out, like a true cop out. That should have been the most unique Link. Toon Link, of course, and then you had Young Link. Young Link played, was fine playing the way he played. He represented the traditional Link in the previous, like the older games, like Smash 64 and Smash Brothers Melee, whatever like that. Fine. But they also could have did a lot more with Toon Link. Toon Link had a wide arsenal of weaponry that he could have used to make him even more unique. And he did that dirty. And then, of course, we got Zelda, and we got Sheik, and then we got Ganondorf, which Ganondorf should have been a unique character to his own. But what we got was a clone or echo of Captain Falcon. And then they decided to finally make his Smash Attack a sword. But Ganondorf was much more than a Captain Falcon echo. It was just stupid, man. Nah, I don't really watch any of the wrestlings. Don't really care about wrestling anymore. I stopped watching wrestling. Like, I grew up when I was younger watching WWF. Loved it. I used to have the WWF action figures and everything. I used to have the games on the SNES. And then what made me a bigger wrestling fan is once WCW versus NWO World Tour came out for Nintendo 64. And that's during the time I stopped watching wrestling. I haven't watched WWF. I haven't watched no wrestling. But once WCW versus NWO World Tour came out on Nintendo 64, that got me back into wrestling. I wanted watching WCW. Became a big fan of WCW. Loved the hell out of WCW. And then that's when they end up moving the license over to WWF, which is now WWE. But you had WWF WrestleMania 2000, and then you had No Mercy. And because of that, I end up moving over to watch WWF, which is now WWE. And I started watching that for a bit. I stopped watching wrestling around the time WCW, when WCW and ECW came over to WWF during that arc. Cause I said one day, I said, yeah, let me see what WWE is, what WWF is doing right now. And I remember it was on Thursday. No, it was on Raw. And I remember turning Raw on, and next thing you know, I see WCW niggas, ECW niggas in the ring fighting WWF niggas. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? What WCW and ECW doing here? Because I was so out of the loop. So I started watching it again. Because I started seeing Goldberg was back. Then you had Hulk Hogan. You had all of my favorites. You had Rob Van Dam. You had Taz. You had all these wrestlers from all these other federations now locking it up with WWF. So I started watching just for a little bit, and then I just stopped watching it again. So then after that, I stopped watching it. So I haven't caught up with anything of wrestling, and don't really care much for it anymore. Question for everyone. So Blaze and Axel from Streets of Rage, why Sega gave Streets of Rage characters names, one to a cab driver from Crazy Taxi and the other time Hopping Cat from Sonic? I have no idea. Well, no, I wouldn't say they gave them those names. It says Streets of Rage, like Blaze and Axel. Why they gave Streets of Rage characters names, one to a cab driver and the other time? I have no idea. Let me see. My interest for current gen games are very low. At the moment, I'm sticking to PS4, Switch, and PC. Yeah, Seller Mercury said I was a 90s WCW 90s kid. Yeah, WCW was the game. Like, and that was all because of Nintendo 64. That's what made me get back into wrestling, because I was such a big fan of WCW versus NWO World Tour and also WCW versus NWO Revenge. I was a big fan of those games, and that's what got me back into wrestling for a bit. Captain Kenneth said the current gen is the worst gen modern history. Do you people that really like wrestling think that WWE and stuff is real, or you pretend to be make believe? The first two Def Jam wrestling games. Oh yeah, I was a big fan of Def Jam games because it was made by Aki, the same people who made the WCW versus NWO and also WrestleMania 2000. They were the same developers, so they went over and did the Def Jam Vendetta games on the Fight for New York and stuff. We were a big fan because it was those same mechanics. One of the best fighting games. One of the best, and I didn't think I was gonna like. I said fighting, like, because most games with rappers in it, they're not really that good. You know what I'm saying? But when I knew Aki was behind the game, I said, "Sign me up, sign me the fuck up," and that was one of my favorite games. But when it came to Def Jam Vendetta Fight for New York, when you was able to customize your own character, I only created my own. I only used the custom created characters. I created myself because, you know, if you guys don't know, I was a rapper back in the day. I was in a rap group called The Elite or whatever, and my rap name was B Sun. So I pretty much just made myself in the game. And my girlfriend was Carmen Electra, the first playthrough. I can't remember who my girlfriend was the second playthrough. Can't remember. And the game, I think Kimura was the third. Kimura Lee, I think she was for my second playthrough, I think she was my girlfriend on my second playthrough. Or I end up ditching Carmen Electra for Kimura. I can't remember. They were really, really, yeah. Now is indie developers' chance to make good games. AAA companies are doing a bad job. The Attitude Era had the best stories and characters. Oh, that's my teenage fat Carmen Electra. Yeah, man. Not a criticism. I genuinely wonder. Not long ago, I met someone that thought it was real. Hot take, but I think consoles are too powerful, and it's hurting creativity. Look at the games at the end of any generation; they're always the best. Mario MK8 and Ghost of Tsushima look amazing. Well, the thing is, by the time at the end of the life, it's always like that, in my personal opinion. What Michako Games was saying is like, it seemed like games like Ghost of Tsushima, these games are really, really powerful. Yeah, because at the end of the life, these developers ends up tapping into the full power of those consoles. It's always like that at the end of every generation. Square Enix used to be like Square. Every Final Fantasy game that used to come out back in the day, you knew you was in for a treat when Square released a Final Fantasy game, because Square used to set the standard for visual fidelity back in the day, especially on the PS1. PS1, like, that was some of the top notch, you know, gaming experiences as far as like cinematic, like, masterpieces and stuff like that. You know, but that's what at the end of every console life, you would see these consoles just do the best. Same thing with the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast was the same way. Sonic Adventure 2. We had got Project Justice near the end. We started getting all these crazy games near the end of the Dreamcast that looked pretty good. Same thing with the PS2. That's what every generation of game consoles. Yeah. Like Seller Mercury said, after Final Fantasy 12, Square Enix focused too much on pushing new engine with each Final Fantasy game, forgetting the story and characters. Yeah, well, that's the problem. It was the Crystallis engine, I think it was called. And that engine gave them so many problems. They said rendering was a pain in the ass, too. Just rendering a strand of hair was a pain in the ass. Agreed. Astro prevailed, Convert didn't. Games back in those days, as a kid, I thought that fire was rendered when I loaded the level. People forget the original Final Fantasy VII marketing didn't even show gameplay. It was just all cutscenes. Conquer's Bad Fur Day. We used to get memorable levels. Instead, we get empty open worlds. We are scaling the power without bringing up the game design. What's up, Manny? What's up? Yeah. That's also too. That's why I'm getting tired of open world games, because we're getting these open world games, and most of these open worlds are like shallow as fuck, and they're empty as shit. Like, there's really not much going for them. They look good at the beginning, like these open vistas. They look really, really good. It shows off the power of the console. But when it's time to actually dive into the nook and crannies of it, they're not really that impressive. Like, for instance, I'm not really sad to say, I'm not really a big fan of Breath of the Wild like I thought I was going to be. You know, you have this big open world, but it was really nothing in this open world. It was like very, very. The game, to me, I was bored of Breath of the Wild, and it took me 2 years to beat the game. Not because it was hard. It's because I kept putting the game up, picking the game up, and putting it down, picking up, putting it down. It just did not pull me in at all. Final Fantasy 15 open world. Should I say more? I wasn't really a big fan of Final Fantasy 15 open world either. Xenoblade Chronicles open world wasn't too bad, or whatever, but their open world looks beautiful. It's just more of you just level grinding, and doing sub quests here and there. But yes, this massive open world thing is starting to get tiresome to me. Do you believe Nintendo will give Nintendo the company Rare? Nah, I don't think so. 4K got pushed as a standard to games too early. Just limits potential gameplay. I love open world, but as of late they've been quite dull. Celine says, I still haven't beat Tears of the Kingdom yet. Got bored of it. Yeah, Celine. I got Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I did the first opening part, and then once I landed onto Hyrule and back onto the surface, I stopped playing the game right there. I want direction in games, and limitations are a positive. Yes, because when you have limitations, like, developers use those limitations to the best of their abilities, and they come up with so many unique different ways, or creative ways, or clever ways in order to be able to come up with like unique gaming experiences within the limits that the consoles have, but we don't have that anymore. The Final Fight cast in Street Fighter 6, what do you think? I don't know. I still haven't really touched Street Fighter 6. So I'm fine with the open world games, and I love them in general. I'm not tired of them. People who are tired of games in the world don't have to play them. Capcom takes one step forward, two steps backwards. Final Fantasy Versus 13 was the most overhyped game ever on a PlayStation. Well, yeah, it was the most overhyped because it was a game that never came out, and that tends to happen. Like with Final Fantasy 13 Versus 13, you really didn't see anything as far as gameplay. You kind of seen a bunch of cutscenes. That's all you saw was just cutscenes. and we got a tease of alpha footage or beta footage of the game, which happens to be Final Fantasy 15. But yes, Versus 13 is overhyped. Some of the most overhyped I've ever seen when it comes to a Final Fantasy title or a Nomura title or whatever like that. Yeah. Or limitations of gameplay, like not being able to fly around everywhere, making you appreciate exploration more. I just assumed 15 was. Yeah, well, 13, like Final Fantasy 15 is radically different from 13 Versus. What do I mean by that? Well, the story elements, they stripped a lot. What you see in 15 is not what 13 was what 13 was initially supposed to be. 15 and 13 story-wise, everything has been stripped. Has been completely stripped. So they're not the same game. Yes, they're using the same world, the same characters, the same premise, like, and stuff like that, but totally different story. What's up, Talcum? Back then, some people complained about games being linear. It was some games. It's not about that. The thing is, just because these worlds are open, you still have to create good experiences. Like I prefer a bit of open and linearity and stuff like that. And of course, this is what happens when you make open worlds. Then you start having developers constantly copy and paste, and that's what we're going through with open worlds. Most open world games are copy and paste. They just see what other developers are doing, and they're doing the same thing. They're offering nothing different. It's not that the fact that gamers are complaining. You're not offering anything different. You're doing the same thing. Why do you think with most open worlds people keep making fun of Assassin's Creed? It's just an open world littered with a bunch of icons and fetch quests, and that's the problem. They're not doing anything innovative or doing things to switch things up. It's not that that gamers just complain just to complain. Yes, when open world first came out, it was a new experience. And so what ends up happening, once something becomes a new experience, everybody adopt it, and then everybody starts spamming it. Everybody start bleeding it. And then after a while, they start to overlap. Then all of them start to become the same. If you played one open world game, you pretty much played them all. The only thing that's different is the story of that game. But it's pretty much just copy and paste. Open world is fun. 13 Versus was supposed to be anti-Kingdom Hearts. Thank you so much. Wind Waker and Link to the Past was an open world game. Yeah, I loved Wind Waker. One of my favorite Zelda games of all time. That was like kind of like a semi-open world experience. But it did something unique with it. It did something very, very unique. Now a lot of these open world games, they're just beautiful vistas, and that's it. They just look good. But there's really nothing to do in them. They just look good. Do you think there's a chance Sega could remake Virtual Fighter in some capacity? So there was a weird period where Japan started chasing open world trends and shoehorning established family like Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, I've been saying this for years. Every open world game has been Far Cry 3 for the last decade. Sonic Frontiers felt like it was chasing the open world. Yeah. So I was surprised when Stellar Blade. Yeah, and that's the problem. This is what happens in gaming in general. That's why when you see like the Souls genre, now everybody wants to be a Souls game, and after a while, people are going to get tired of Souls game because everybody is doing it, and no one's really doing anything unique with it. Everybody's just copying and pasting. They may throw a little bit of their own touch on it, but they're pretty much, you played one, you played them all. The only thing that's different is the story and the characters within this world. But they're all Souls games. Let's see. It said Horizon Zero Dawn, Witcher 3, God of War Ragnarok. I wouldn't say copy and paste. I got bored of Horizon Zero Dawn. I got bored of that game too. I quit halfway through that game. I just got bored of it. Oh, thanks, Manny. Thanks for $10. Appreciate it. Thanks, I really appreciate it, Manny. He said Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes, the Horizon Zero Dawn. I got like the story caught me in, but after a while I started playing, I just started getting bored. I found myself just constantly just doing the same thing over and over and over again. I was like, I'm just checked out of it. So thanks for reminding me to play Grand Theft Auto 5. Liza P. Game with Femboy Pinocchio. Yo, what's up, Andre? What's going on? But yeah, Witcher 3. No, but it's the thing. Witcher 3 did something. That's another thing. Everybody praised Witcher 3 because Witcher 3 did something with the open world that a lot of people enjoyed. It was like a fresher breath of air at the time that game released. So I'm not even counting Witcher 3, which a lot of games try to adopt from Witcher. Witcher 3, I think they're pretty good with the open world. Horizon Zero Dawn's open world looks good. It looks good, but I got bored of Horizon Zero Dawn real fast. I still gotta pick up Sifu. I definitely want to play that. We all know everyone was shocked to see Heihachi Mishima come back from the dead and take an 8, which ruins story arc. What do you think? I don't know. I'm kind of tired of, like, I don't take the story serious to Final Fantasy, to Tekken at all. Like, the story is just utter nonsense. Look, from being attractive to hairy and homely. I never get tired of Souls-like games, bro. Like Final Fantasy, Stranger. No, like I said, Stranger Paradise. The only reason why I like Stranger Paradise is because it's Final Fantasy. They gave me a Souls game. They allow me with Final Fantasy elements in it, a class system, and it's co-op. That's why I like Stranger Paradise, because I'm able to play with my brothers, and it got different class mechanics to it. That's the only reason why I enjoyed Stranger Paradise. So there's some bias there. But other than that, I really don't care for the Souls games. I'm not saying that they're bad, but I just don't care for them. But also, Jak and Daxter. Like I said, when the time Jak and Daxter's came out, like I said, a lot of these open worlds were beginning experience where you was able to differentiate these games. You was able to differentiate these games because these open world experiences was new at the time. They were new. So no one had found a formula to how to create an open world. There was no one set rule to doing open world. So that's why I love when a genre or when a gameplay mechanic or something is first developed. The good thing about it, the fun part about it at the early levels or the early stages is that every developer try to create their own version because there's no rule set to it. How to create an open world or whatever gameplay, new gameplay genre and stuff like that. There's no rules to it. They're trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. So you're going to have a lot of hits, you have a lot of misses, and you have a lot of experimentations to the open world formula. But once a developer nails that open world experience, and it skyrockets and it shoots to the top, and it makes a shit ton of money. Once the developers see that, it says, "Oh, why would I experiment with an open world experience and risk losing money because people may not enjoy it when I can just go develop and just copy what this developer has done that's successful? The formula, the recipe is there. The formula is there. So let's just copy that and just tweak it to make it feel more like ours. But you can still find that DNA and that skeleton from the predecessors, from the ones that originated it, you know? Let's see. Story's only a backdrop anyway. Who really cares about it? Play Neo then. I don't care for Neo either. Like my brothers have Neo. Like I don't care for the samurai thing and stuff like that. Oh, let's see. Dragon Quest Heroes is really fun. I wish they bring back Gundam Wing series. Dragon Quest Heroes is fun. I got Dragon Quest Heroes 2. I got that and loved the hell out of it. Did a review back in the day. It's on my channel. You can check that out as well. I don't really care for the Gundam Warriors game is because the reason why because I'm not really into Musou's games. I don't like Dynasty Wars. Those Dynasty War games are repetitive as fuck. They're very repetitive. Cause I had Dynasty Wars 2 on the PS2 at launch, and I thought it was cool seeing all these characters on screen at once. But after a while, I'm just mashing. They weren't fun after a while. But the only reason why I like Dragon Quest Heroes is because it took Dynasty Warriors, but it took Dragon Quest, mixed it together, and you have towns you can go to, you have item shops, You have quests you can do. It gave you the RPG JRPG experience with the Dynasty Warriors formula. That's why it worked. But when it comes to Gundam Wing, Dynasty Warriors, in my personal opinion, it's just Dynasty Warriors. It's a Dynasty Warriors game with Gundam mods, like skin mods. It doesn't really offer anything very, very unique. It's just Dynasty Warriors, but with Gundam skin on it. But when it came to Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, and Hyrule Warriors in general, it took Zelda elements and then put it into a Dynasty Warriors game, which is why I didn't really like the Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem felt too much like a Dynasty Warriors game. It didn't really feel that much like a Fire Emblem game mixed with Dynasty Warriors, if you get what I'm saying. That's why I didn't even bother the Dynasty Warriors Fire Emblem game. But I loved it, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity, and Hyrule Warriors in general, and I like Dragon Quest Heroes too. Yeah, so I like the Fat Samurai, Remnant, Musou's, and besides, I like Dangler, but I agree, it's just Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, it doesn't use Gundam franchise as well as the Zelda. Yes, exactly. That's why I didn't bother the Gundam, because my brother had the Gundam Dynasty Warriors, and I was hyped for it, but I said, this is just Dynasty Warriors, it's just Gundam skin. It doesn't really take advantage of the Gundam IP. It's just Dynasty Warriors with Gundam skin. That's why I didn't bother it. Like I said, I stopped playing Dynasty Warriors when they started making the empires and extreme versions of everyone. Yeah, so, what's up, James? What's up, Datora? Game developer, facts. MDR Studios. What about One Piece Pirate Warriors? I never played that one. I never even looked into it, so I can't really give my opinion on that. I seen like one trailer of it around that time, but I never bothered to really dig into it. And the only reason why I didn't dig into it because I don't watch One Piece. I don't really have any connection to One Piece, so that's why I didn't really care for it. Let's see, Dragon Quest, Resident Evil, love the game. I'd love for them to try Dynasty Warriors Gundam again, but add customization to the Gundam Breaker series. I understand. Yeah. So I don't know. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition is the only Warriors game I've ever got into. Yeah, I have the original Hyrule Warriors on Wii U, and then I got the Definitive Edition. No. On the Wii, I got the original Hyrule Warriors on the Wii, and then I got the Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition on the Wii U, and then I got Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And the funny part and the sad part about it is, I enjoy Age of Calamity more than I enjoy Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, you should hear a baby crying. No, that's the cat meow. That's the cat meowing. We got a kitten. We got two new cats. However, like that. I wish they make a Xenoblade Warriors. That'd be interesting. Cool. Namco Cross Capcom needs to come to the current consoles. We need a Project Cross Zone for Nintendo, for the Nintendo Switch. Like, you know how much money they would make if they do a Project Cross Zone for the new Nintendo console, because they can treat it like Smash Brothers. Because everybody get hyped for new reveals of a new Smash character or what character is going to appear. That will be a big IP for Nintendo if they do another Project Cross Zone. So you have Nintendo bring Sega back. Let's throw in some Capcom in there. What else? Throwing some Namco in there. Throw in as many companies as you could possibly can, and do a whole year campaign of character reveal trailers of who's going to be in the game. I think that would be awesome, man. Oh, what's up, Martin? What's up, Triforce? Said nowadays we have feminine gaming as joined and you're yapping so much. But yeah, so yeah, man. I'm telling you right now, like, I think that would be dope. I really think that would be dope. He said, I think Age of Calamity took what many people felt was missing from the Wild series. Constant bombastic music and depth combat. Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild neither had that. Yeah, I agree, James. I agree. Then Sailor Mercury says, Namco Cross Capcom games look so fun. Wish it came to and it had Cosmos. Well, yeah, well, if you don't know Sailor Mercury, Project Cross Zone is a follow up to Namco Cross Capcom. The main characters from Namco Cross Capcom is also in the Project Cross Zone games. So they're so it is Namco. Like if you get those games, that's pretty much those games. He said, yeah. Hyrule Warriors 1 is a celebration of all Zelda. Age of Calamity is just Breath of the Wild prequel. Still like it, but prefer the original more. That'll be an overload movie, Lord. Yeah, that would be epic. But Namco wouldn't want it to be limited to Switch. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Like Nintendo makes too much money, and Nintendo has a big install base, so I don't think that they wouldn't want to limit that. Cause think about it. I mean, Project Cross Zone was just a 3DS exclusive, and it did pretty good. So I don't think that will bother them for having it just exclusive to that, because people's gonna buy it up. Nintendo has a big install base. That will make up for that. It's a that would be and have all characters that barely show up in crossover like every character from Power Stone. Yeah, Power Stone characters would have been awesome in Project Cross Zone. That would have been awesome. What's my opinion on Smash series? We just did a whole thing talking about the Smash series. You just missed that. I like the Smash series. Loved it. Let's see. Derek says, "What up, Mookin Lord? Are you picking up PS5 Pro? Hell no. We talked about that. But stay tuned for my video Wednesday for PS5 Pro. Me talking about that. So that's on Wednesday at 8:00 a.m. I just got in. I don't know if you get your opinion yet. I just wish they would add way more substance to the game. The only problem I have with Project Cross Zone is Project Cross Zone felt like a YouTube combo video, because you got all these cool characters and the game wasn't really that difficult, and most of the enemies weren't difficult. You just comboing, doing all these sick combos, and the enemies didn't really fight you that hard. So if they can crank that up just a bit, I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that'll do. How do you feel about SNK not bringing back certain characters for the story on Fatal Fury? I don't know. I'm not an SNK guy, so I don't know. So exactly, at least Red Earth characters appeared in crossovers. Celine says, "Are you getting the PS6 or move to PC?" As I said before, most likely probably just go to PC. Watching you while playing Ape Escape 1. Yeah, Ape Escape, man, like, if they bring that back, or just remake Ape Escape 1, I'll be cool with that. I want Dead or Alive 7 with Ryza. Dead or Alive 7, man. Dead or Alive, I refuse to give up on that. I think Dead or Alive will definitely come back. Do you think there will be a gaming crash because Sony's greed? No. Oh, sup, James? There could be a gaming crash. I'm not sure, man. It's just the gaming industry is just fickle right now. I don't know what's going to happen. Either get this shit together, or we could experience some kind of crash. You know, but I don't know. Dead or Alive definitely needs a reboot. Or what you do is retell the entire story, but do it a bit reconnect everything a bit better. Like if you're going to reboot Dead or Alive, reboot it, call it Dead or Alive, and just retell the events. Like do a better story mode, because Dead or Alive's story is just ass cheeks. Like the story is just convoluted as fuck and everything. Just start the whole story over and everything like that, and we'll see where it goes. But I'm a big fan of Dead or Alive. Always loved Dead or Alive. Like I said before, I just look like the stages themselves were characters. You know what I'm saying? And certain characters played and performed better depending on the stages and everything like that. And everything, the presentation to Dead or Alive, you're able to knock people through windows, interact with the environments. That was the special part. Why I enjoyed Dead or Alive. And then the bonus, of course, the chicks are hot. That's just the bonus to it. But the thing that attracted me, as I said before, on the Sega Dreamcast, when I walked into Electronic Boutique, I seen from a distance at the kiosk, a person at the kiosk was using Jan Lee and kicked Iron out the window of the church, and you see him hit through the church window, and he falls into the rooftop, and you jump down after him. I'm like, wait, what the hell is this game? This game looks sick, you know. So like, I'm always gonna be a fan of Dead or Alive. I enjoyed Dead or Alive more than I enjoyed Tekken. And it says, I just want a Dead or Alive volleyball. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I want to really make this clear. Like, I love fan service. I love feminine, beautiful, attractive female characters in my games. And like I said before, I love fan service. But when it comes to my video games, I still want my video games to be video games. What do I mean by that? Because, yes, Dear Alive Volleyball was so hyped up because of how hot the girls were and stuff. But I remember when my cousin bought the volleyball game, I wanted to play it. Yes, the girls are hot, but I wanted to play a volleyball game as well. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to play an arcade volleyball game because Dear Alive was a good arcade fighter. So I was figuring that, okay, now we're just taking the hot chicks from Dear Alive and now we're going to put them in an arcade type volleyball game. So when I went to play Dear Alive volleyball, that game was boring as shit. And the volleyball game, the gameplay mechanics was lame. It was not a fun game. Like once I saw the presentation, I was done with the game. I didn't care for it. I really didn't care for it. So yes, the volleyball games, yes, I love hot women. I love feminine, beautiful women. I love fan service. But I need some meat. I need some meat when it comes to my gaming experience. And that game did not deliver any gaming experience for me. Yeah, he said that game never appealed to me at all. I never played the Kagura games. That's not really my type of game either. Said the games. I enjoyed the Dear Alive movie. It was cheesy, but it was a cheesy, fun movie. Dear Alive movie was a guilty pleasure of mine. I really enjoyed that movie. It was a guilty pleasure of mine, just like how I enjoyed the Street Fighter movie. But Dear Alive Volleyball was not a fun game. The game, like I said, for me, beautiful women and attractive women in video games, for me, is always a plus for me. You know what I'm saying? But gameplay is a must. Because after a while, a hot chick in the game, that wears off after a while. Because you're playing the game, so you're constantly seeing this hot chick in front of you on the screen. After a while, that phases off. And what's left is the game. Is the game actually fun? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think when it also comes to this culture war, we cannot fall into the trap of, oh, the chick is hot, so the game got like this game, we have to defend this game at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Just because the chick is hot, or we got a feminine, attractive woman. Like, these games still need to be criticized as well. You know what I'm saying? We can't just protect these games and put these games on a high pedestal because these characters are attractive. We still have to treat it like how we used to treat these games back in the day, when these games were common. We still have to treat them just like that. So, yes, at the end of the day, is the game actually good? And Dear Alive Volleyball was not a good game. It's not a good game. It was not a good game. He said, Linklet said, he said, would you make a volleyball game to outclass DOA? Oh, I would love to make a volleyball game with my hentai chicks. And like I said, with my hentai 3D characters that I got, I would love to make a volleyball featuring them. I think that'll be dope. But it will be a volleyball game. It will be a volleyball game. Customize the babes and everything. But first and foremost, it would be a volleyball game. Like, with some great arcade, gameplay. The 1994 Street Fighter movie, the 1990, one of my guilty pleasures. We looked out with Stellar Blade being a fun game alongside beautiful characters. Yeah, we definitely did look out with that. Because if Stellar Blade that would have hurt everything if Stellar Blade was not a fun game. That would have destroyed every momentum if that game wasn't a fun game and a good game with story and substance. That game would have crashed if it wasn't. That movement, the momentum, everything. So luckily that we got Eve and we got a great gaming experience. If the game is fun, it makes the character hotter and more iconic. So Dear Alive Volleyball came out during the time when the internet wasn't where it is today. Why spend $60 for a fan service game when you can just search the internet on free content now? Man, all this talk about Dear Alive reminds me about how much I wish Rumble Roses came back. Never played Rumble Roses. Yeah, I never played it. I knew what it was. I never bought it, never played it. Speaking on Dear Alive, where the F is the fighting game? Is that fighting game of yours? I don't like what they talking about my hentai fighting game. It was just a concept. It's not a game that had in development. It was just a concept that I was just fooling around with. It said volleyball is boring. If you make a game, make it more like Sinengagara. Yep, a lot of hot ass girls in the PS3 era sucked. 95 normally the best. If some gamers are tired of certain types of games being produced, they can either not play them or all learn how to create their own games. Which I already preached about that, Dyer or whatever like that. Like I said, if you don't, like I said, when it comes to this woke shit, a lot of people don't like the woke shit. What do I preach on my videos? People who watch my videos, what do I preach? If you don't like the woke shit, you don't like any of that type of shit in your games, you either support developers who make those games or you create your own shit. So that's nothing new here, Dyer. Everybody knew that here. Battle Royale games and Souls games are killing the opportunity to kill other genres. Battle Royale games, because the thing is about Battle Royale games, these are live services games. They make, especially if the characters. Oh yeah, there's a waifu Battle Royale game. What's up? Oh yeah. Thanks, Bob. Almost done this stream. 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. I think I put it in my favorites. There's a waifu Battle Royale game that everybody's hyping up. It could be fun. It's an anime. It's an anime Battle Royale. So I'm gonna see if I can. I'll see if I bookmark it because I just want to make a video about it at some point or whatever. Got so many things bookmarked. It's not even funny. Let me see. No, not Bite Breakers. Here we go. I found it. Yeah, it's a waifu. It's a waifu. Here we go. It's a waifu Battle Royale, guys. I mean,
let there be light. The digital frontier at my fingertips. Lights off.
Yeah. I was gonna do a video about this.
Oh, I do
doing a beta test for it. I signed up for it. See if I can get in. I think there are some males in this game. It's not just females, but I think it's mostly females though.
Time to walk
But
the
it's a
clouds.
waifu Battle Royale.
I'm one with the waves.
And we never really had an anime type Battle Royale, so I want the character design.
I can feel the rhythm of your
But you
heart.
already know what the selling point is, the fan service, which is nothing wrong with that. Oh, that was it? Well, I guess this wasn't the full. But yeah, it has jiggle physics and everything. I thought I'd say this, but I'm starting to get tired of seeing anime personally. In Nuketown. And he's like, yo, he said, I'm getting tired of this. It depends on what it is. You know, anime is my style. Like Western style is not what it used to be. Every once in a while, you have a good Western style of animation and stuff that's really, really dope. Like, damn, like I prefer that over anime. You know, but you don't get that as you used to back in the compared to back in the day, where anime did have some competition. But now, like anime is just my preference as far as style is concerned. So I wonder which country's claiming this one. Man, what happened to Doke? Oh no, it didn't get canceled. It's funny that you mentioned that. Doke, I think it's supposed to be coming out next year because was it Crimson? Is it called Crimson Desert? One that single player game is supposed to come out next year. There was like a interview, and I think they might have slipped up and said Doke 5 or Doke V is also supposed to be coming out next year as well, or at least we will be seeing some more trailers soon. My money's on China. Same here. I draw nothing but anime, but I'm starting to see how important to draw closer from life. since everything is an anime art style now. Because anime is what make money. Because a lot of Western developers, a lot of Western artists, like Western art styles, doesn't hit because of what's going on today. Oh, what's up, Blaze? What's going on? Yeah, so that's where the problem is at. Like everybody's just on the whole thing when it comes to anime. That's where it's at. I'm such a big fan of anime style. That's why Venus Orion Comics. I went with the anime style. Here's the links to. Oh crap! 1 second, guys. I almost forgot too. I forgot to do my plug. All right, I forgot to do my plug of the day. Yeah, Strike and Keo Tees. This is my brother Keo and Strike's T-shirt company. We make our own custom T-shirts. As you see me on there. I have a Mega Man Legends hoodie that my brother Strike and Keo had made for me and everything. As I said, if you have custom designs, we make custom designs as well. So you can come to us, hit us up in the chat, and you can submit whatever design that you have, and we can put it on a T-shirt. We don't just do T-shirts; we do hoodies, tumblers, mugs, also sweatpants. We do crop tops, leggings. We do it all, and bathing suits as well. We put designs on bathing suits and everything as well. So you definitely need to check them out. Venus Orion Comics. I'm working on my merchandise line right now. We've been in the studio for the past couple of days, going over a lot of the designs. So I'm about to have my own store within Strike and Keo Tees for now until I open up my website for Venus Orion Comics. But I will have a store here, so soon you'll be able to buy Venus Orion Comics merchandise and stuff. So definitely check it out. If you're an indie comic book creator or you're a content creator or anything, we can also make your merchandise for you. You can hit us up and we come up with a package deal and we can work things out. We work with a ton of Twitch streamers, and also we worked with a couple of YouTubers as well, where we did unboxing of the things that we made for them and stuff. So it's a lot of stuff we can that you can definitely enjoy here. But yes, when you also we're stationed in Philadelphia. Just go. We in South Philadelphia. We got our own studio, with our own steam press machines and everything like that. If you live locally or live close enough to Philly, if you make an order, you can just drive down to the studio and pick up your order if you want to, or we can just drive it to you if you live close by. So that means you get to meet Mugen Lord and his brothers, if you like to. So if you live close by, you live in the local area, you can come straight to the studio and pick up the product instead of waiting for it to be shipped to you. You can just come right up and just pick it up and everything. So yes, Strike and Keo Tees. You click on it, there's a bunch of different designs. Right here, if you hit shop now, there's a bunch of other designs you'll be able to see. And you won't be able to find the designs anywhere else. You won't find them anywhere else. Because my brothers, Strike and Keo, they're graphic designers. That means these designs were made by them graphically. So you won't be able to find it on any other apparels or stores at all. It's only here on Strike and Keo Tees. So I'll put the link to Strike and Keo Tees right now, so you guys can go check it out if you like. But yes, Strike and Keo Tees. Woo! So they're not being moved over to Philly. But yeah, man, yeah, Legends 3 would have been nice. Wells, it would definitely been nice. I'm not a fan of anime, but love the art style of Ghost in the Shell, Perfect Blue. Oh my god, big Ghost in the Shell fan. That's what definitely inspired my character, Faith Tanaka, from 8th Omni District or Omni Protocol series for Venus Orion Comics. Definitely inspired me with that series. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. But yes. So yes, I'm going to be streaming on Wednesday. I'm thinking I'm going to be doing Warhammer, 40K Warhammer gameplay. I'm gonna be co-oping with my brothers on Wednesday. So you guys can be able to come through, chill with us. We'll be talking while playing some Warhammer 40k, Space Marines 2. I got on the Xbox Series X. It's about ideal art style cues from vintage anime like Cyborg and Captain Harlock. Dope. Yes. So yes, Wednesday I will be streaming. It's gonna be a game stream, so you'll be able to just chill with me and my brothers as we play some 40k Warhammer Space Marines 2. And then Friday there's gonna be another stream. Friday's gonna be another. Friday's gonna be an interesting stream. It's not only gonna be a chill stream. We're gonna be talking. We're gonna have some conversations because I really want to talk about some of the grifting that's going on within the gaming space, within the culture war space. We're gonna talk about a lot of other things we have some fun with as well. But I really want to get into that a bit more because a lot of things have been popping up, and a lot of people have been getting exposed and stuff like that. So we're gonna be talking about that on Friday stream. And then we also gonna be talking about Venus Orion Comics on Friday as well. So I'd love for you guys to stick around for that as well as we talk about Venus Orion Comics. Give you an update of what's been going on behind the scenes with Venus Orion Comics, and everything. I can't wait to share some new information that I got for you guys and go through a couple things. And plus, I want you guys to ask me some questions about what's about my comic book universe and stuff like that. So all that's going to be on Friday. We're gonna be doing all that on Friday. I think it's going to be fun. So yes, I'll probably be streaming on let me see, Wednesday. I'm probably gonna be streaming around like 4 o'clock because it's during the week. My daughter's she's in school and stuff. My weekdays are busy. So I'm probably going to stream around 4 o'clock, probably end around 6. So try to do like a 2-hour stream. So I still have the rest of the evening to myself to get other things done. There will be a video talking about the current generation of games and of gaming, more specifically the consoles. I'll be talking about the PS5 Pro on Wednesday's video. So you can check that out at 8 o'clock a.m. Also, as I said before, Friday I'll probably be streaming. I'll probably start the stream around 5 o'clock instead of 4 p.m. Probably start around 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. But yeah, a whole lot of stuff to share with you guys, and I'm looking forward to it when it comes to Venus Orion Comics. Let's get the ball rolling when it comes to Venus Orion Comics, man. Like I said, the support of Venus Orion Comics rest on you guys and how much you wanted to invest and how much you want to show support, because the success of the first campaign, which is a pre-order campaign, since the book is already done, and those of you guys who are new, like I guess I can show just to show you guys, those of you guys who are new in this stream or whatever. Yeah, we'll continue Superstars as well, just in case you guys are new. Like I said, the book is already done. This is the base cover to my first series, VK, Variant Colors, Vampire Killers. As I said before, the book is already done. The book is already done and everything. Just to remind you guys that it's coming. The book is already done. So it's gonna be a pre-order campaign. So pretty much the pre-order, what I mean by pre-order campaign is just to help me know how much I need to print up to be able to send out to you guys. So you better put money down. You better get other goods and perks and stuff. There will be a digital release. The digital release is going to be $5 or whatever. Those who buy the physical of the book will also get the digital for free. The base cover is $15. And I got 4 variants. So like I said before, cover B, $20. And then cover C, right here, as I said before, $25. And then of course the special cover, cover D, which is $30, and you open it, it makes a full scene. Cover D, as I said before, tells a story. It also foreshadows certain events that happens either in the book or future events. So that's going to be the theme of all my cover Ds for VK. So stay tuned for that. Can't wait to see what type of things you come up, what type of theories you come up with, especially for those who get cover D. As I said before, these covers, covers B, C, and D. Covers B, C, and D. These are only campaigns. These are campaign exclusives. So you won't be able to get these after the campaign is over. These are for diehards, for people who really want to show support and everything. So these covers are only available during the campaign itself. So if you miss out on the campaign, you would never be able to see these covers ever again. And the only cover that will only be available is the default base cover and everything like that. So yes, definitely check it out. Where is it? Indigo. It's going to be. I'm gonna be doing Kickstarter. It's going to be on Kickstarter. So like I said before, the book is done. The book is done. I'm not asking you guys for money to make the book. I spent my own money. I'm taking all the risk. So all you guys are doing in return is just putting money down to ensure to get yourself a copy. That's all this campaign is for, to see how many copies I need to print up and then be able to ship out to you guys and everything. And as I said before, if you ever seen my Venus Orion Comics video on my Venus Orion Comics channel, as I said before, when it comes to these campaigns, you never ever have to put money down. Give me money to make these books. Every time a book come out, every time I announce a book or a release, every time I announce a release date for a book, that means the book is already done and in my hands. So none of these campaigns will ever be, when it comes to books, none of these campaigns will ever be never be me asking you guys to give me money to fund a book to get done, to get created, to get developed. No. This will the development costs and everything will always come out of my pocket. When I wouldn't say out of my pocket now, Venus Orion Comics pocket, because the goal is for Venus Orion Comics is to have, if the first campaign is very successful, which I believe it will be successful, that would determine the momentum of Venus Orion Comics in terms of how fast I can get these books out and how many books I can get out in a year. Because I'm an independent company. It's just me and my artists. Eventually, I'll be recruiting. As I start making more and more money, I'll be able to get more and more artists to work on different books so I can have more than one book done, at the same time. I can greenlight so many different projects. But that also determines on you guys coming in and showing support for the first campaign. Because the first campaign is going to set the momentum for Venus Orion Comics. It depends on how much you guys come out to show support. Because when this campaign becomes successful, trust me, guys, here on out, it's just Venus Orion Comics. It's just me. I'm trying to get as many of these stories out there, as many of these books in you guys' hands, and I can't wait to see a fan base and a community, cultivate and grow over time and stuff. And I like to hear you guys' theories, and there will be podcasts where we have a spoiler podcast where we talk about each of the chapters and stuff like that. But yes, this is chapter 1 is already done. VK Chapter 2 script is already done. So by the time the campaign starts in January of 2025, by the time the pre-order campaign for this chapter, we're already going to be working on Chapter 2, like drawing it up, developing it. So yes, the money, the money that I earned that's left over from the campaign, that money will be put into the development of the book. So the more successful Venus Orion Comics is, the less money I have to take out of my pocket, and Venus Orion Comics is able to support itself. The goal is to have Venus Orion Comics sustain itself. So whatever money that I earn from Venus Orion Comics will be able to pay for the books. And now I don't have to worry about going in my own pocket. I already invested nearly now $50,000 of my own cash within the past 4 years now. I put a lot of money into this. So hopefully, and I have faith in it, and I have faith that it will be successful. That not only would I get my money back, but I will also just superseded my expectations, Yes. And said, lastly, kind of look like anime nowadays. Everything's isekai. I'm rewatching it. Thanks for letting us know in advance. Yes, most definitely. So you guys have a good evening, and I'll be talking to you guys again on Wednesday. And remember, Friday, we're going to be chilling on Friday, and we'll talk about some Venus Orion Comics later on during the stream. So, yes. So you guys have a good night, and I'll see you Game Fiends later. Peace out.